I'm back. Back to myself. I can feel a cicada chirping again right next to me. Its body's trembling. At the same time, I can feel a fish feeding on the weeds at the bottom of the waterfall pool. The existence of myself fades. Near and distant, my inside, outside, even the minds of other people. All these things seem to become one at the same time. There may have never been a me in the first place. That idea was such a momentary illusion, and this state is my true being. A man comes from the farmhouse. A man comes from the farmhouse? There is a man walking along in a daze. His eyes seem to be looking away into the distance at something that isn't there. He leaves the road and staggers along the beach, and I hear him mutter, "I've lost everything," so sadly. He thinks back over his long and painful life. He had a sickly but brilliant older brother, whose parents gave all their love and attention. He wasn't very good at becoming close with other people, and had very few friends. He had thought, perhaps entirely one-sidedly, that he might become friends with a boy called Masuki, but their relationship had soured after he had seen Masuki almost drown, but unable to do anything to help him. Oh, we did all of this. A rift had formed in their friendship for a few years after that, but after a feud over something he couldn't even remember, they had started talking again. He still wasn't sure if they had made a real connection. After that, the war had taken them both away from Natsuguri. He had survived and Masuki had not. Battered and worn down, the man had returned years later to this place to find his friends, family, all dead, and his house a battered husk. It seemed like all hope was lost. But then, he met a wonderful woman from outside the town. His rough soul seemed to be saved by her. But after giving birth to their only daughter, the woman had passed away. The ice around his heart, which had been thawed away, hardened again. He managed to raise a daughter alone. With a stubborn streak he still carried, forced her to leave Natsuguri, leaving him alone again. Whatever he did, whatever he tried to do, he always seemed to end up in the same state. Was that his karma to bear? His footfalls, the moisture in the air, the sound of the waves all feel heavy, like shackles on his soul. I've lost everything. What a nightmare this has been. He mutters again, awakening from that nightmare. All he has left are memories of hollow suffering. He stands in front of the six Jizu. He isn't praying, but just looking at them listlessly. He shows no emotion as he looks at the gentle faces of these gods said to offer their aid to all six worlds. Then he notices something. At the side of the six large Jizu, there's a small figure made by piling two river stones together. In front of it, a stunning yellow flower sparkles with morning dew. At the side, there's a small green bead with a truly mysterious sparkle to it. The man reaches out. The bead is cold, with the color trapped deep inside, as though it encloses the abyss of space and the lives of men. In this moment, visions rise up inside of him. He is shaken to his core. Tears flow out from his eyes. He isn't even sure why he feels sad, isn't even consciously aware of it. All of the scenes and vistas flow through him. This shrine is something he made when he was younger. He had completely forgotten about that too. Why though? Why would he forget something such as this? It feels like this shrine was very important to him, but who did he make it for? Man's memories sink even deeper into the depths of the jaded magmata. Then the voice of the woman rings inside of his head. We've finally been born in the same time again, and yet have to say goodbye so quickly. We will have to wait again, I'm afraid. But please, don't forget me. That might be a hopeless request, but please, remember me one day. His soul flies even further, clothing a palace from hundreds of years ago, but a familiar-looking face. I will continue to save you. I will aid your soul. Remember that, if nothing else. He's unable to understand what she means, but he feels like he's heard those words before, like a memory being buried inside of the mists of the past. Sadness remains in his heart, like he's lost someone important. When he thinks on it now, the sadness feels like something he has carried with him his entire life. Save me, you say? My life has been about losing everything. That's all. What have I ever had in any life? Am I wrong? His soul reaches the most distant plane. There, as though his awareness has suddenly been set free, requires a new perspective. Memories of trying to save Misaki from the river and dying himself. Memories of getting into a fight with Misaki by the river and that duel to the death. Memories of being captured in a distant land and failing to escape from being killed. Memories of being unable to relate to anyone in his hometown and ending his life alone in sadness. These things appear and then vanish again, being replaced with alternatives. After arriving in Natsuguri, looking like a pile of old mops, he meets a wonderful woman who would later become his wife. His daughter hated him and left as a result, but is living his life happily in some country overseas. All of these things are a result of something saving him from a life that he had thought was filled with nothing but pain and sadness. Then he comes back to the memories from his youth. The day he fought with Misaki down by the river. They find the magmata glowing with a strange light on the ground. When he touches it, more visions flow into him. Who is this? I can see someone important to me. It's all so blurry. I can't see her face. But it makes me feel warm. Misaki, take this. Have a look. He passes the magmata over. Wow, you're right. She's so far away. Like she's about to vanish. But it's her. The girl who disappeared. I forgot all about her. It feels like I'm about to forget her again. Completely forget. It's no good. She's fading away. Are you going to forget her? Forget her forever? Hey, we should make a grave for her so we don't forget. And at the side of the sixth Jizu, let's make a grave so that we can look at it, and always remember her. If we do that, we won't forget. We'll put this magmata there too. It'll work, we'll remember. Okay, let's go make sure we don't forget. And at the lantern tomorrow, we'll set up one big lantern, just for her. Don't forget Misaki. Yeah, I'm not going to forget. As they walk toward the Jizu, their memories gradually fade. Without even being sure why they're doing it, they pray to the sixth Jizu, those gods who will protect people, whatever world they're in. Pile up the river stones, place the green bead beside them, and then place the yellow flower there too, praying to their precious life that they had already forgotten. Yes. Yes, of course. The old man raises his wrinkled hand, thrusting the magmata towards the heavens. I feel myself becoming with Otashi, and we start to rise up toward the heavens, twisting and spiraling in the air. Our combined minds and the Natsuguri memory fragments become two large balls of light, surrounded by lanterns. They blend and merge away into the heavens. Nostalgia train, the two fluctuations at the journey's end. That was really cool. That was a really cool story. I liked the story. However, that was long. And I don't mean it in like a negative way. I hope that doesn't come off as a negative way. It was long as in like, if you're going to have a game where there's a lot of reading especially, right? Having a long game like this can be tough. Because like, my throat hurts right now. Alright, we just did this in one session. I took a couple breaks. But they were like 5 minutes at tops, right? So like, I've just been talking for the last like 4 hours. But I liked the art style. I loved the story. I wish there were some parts of that were voice acted, which I know is a thing where it's like, you gotta pay people to do it and all that sort of stuff. But, I think in certain aspects that would have been interesting. Like, I think if you would have done that for the different characters, like the different people that you met, right? But when it's you talking, then yeah. And I'm assuming at the end there, I'm assuming that we were Princess Rey at the end of that, because it says I wish we'd met at another time, and then our souls combined, and then we merged and we went. So I'm assuming that we were Princess Rey, the reincarnated version of Princess Rey, going through everything again. But either way, this was a really cool game. I really enjoyed this. And like I said, I love the story, so I can't complain too much, man. That was a really cool story. So, shit.